In Brantford, New Hampshire, 1996, teenager Alex Wright is given the Jumanji board game by his father, who found it on a beach after it was thrown into a river 27 years earlier. Uninterested, Alex sets the game aside. That night, it transforms into a video game cartridge which catches Alex's attention when he is awakened by the Jumanji drum beats. When he begins playing it, he disappears into the game. 20 years later, 4 students at Brantford High School are given detention for their specific reasons. In the school basement where they are serving their detention, Fridge discovers Alex's discarded video game system. He and Spencer decided to play, and they also convinced the girls to play as the remaining 2 characters. As they begin, the 4 of them get sucked into the game. They land in a jungle in the forms of their game avatars. Spencer is a tough, muscular explorer and archaeologist named Dr. Smolder Bravestone. Fridge is a diminutive zoologist named Franklin Mouse Finbar. Martha is a commando and martial arts expert named Ruby Roundhouse. Bethany is an overweight male cartographer named Professor Sheldon Shelley Oberon. Each of them have 3 lives marked on their arms, and Bethany immediately loses one after being eaten by a hippopotamus. Spencer deduces that if they lose all 3, they die in real life. They learn the game story from NPC Nigel. Corrupt archaeologist stole the jaguar's eye, a magic jewel from its shrine. Van Pelt became possessed by its power, which placed all the jungle's animals under his control, cursing Jumanji. Nigel escaped Van Pelt with the jewel, and the players must return it to the jaguar statue to lift the curse and call Jumanji to leave the game, warning them that Van Pelt will stop at nothing to retrieve the jewel. They retrieve a missing piece of the game's map from a bazaar, but are attacked by Van Pelt's men. The 4 are rescued by Alex, the missing 5th player whose avatar is pilot Jefferson Seaplane McDonough. Taking shelter in a jungle house built by the game's previous player, Alan Parrish, Alex believes that he has been in the game for a few months and is distressed to learn that it has really been 20 years. The newcomers vow to help him return home. They break into a transportation shed, commandeering a helicopter, but Fridge drops the jewel into an albino rhinoceros herd. Spencer sacrifices one of Fridge's lives by pushing him out of the helicopter as a distraction and retrieves the jewel. Alex loses his last life when a mosquito bites him, but Bethany performs CPR and transforms one of her lives to him. Arriving at a path leading to the statue, the players are surrounded by a pack of jaguars and Van Pelt's forces. They outmaneuver their opposition while Spencer and Martha race to the statue. Van Pelt confronts Martha and demands the jewel, but she purposely gets a snake to bite her, allowing her to respawn and to get the jewel to Spencer. Now, on their last lives, the players end the game with Van Pelt disintegrating into a bunch of rats and return to the school basement without Alex. They find the formerly dilapidated Wreak home restored and decorated for a Christmas family gathering. An adult Alex arrives, having returned to 1996 when the game ended. Now married with children, he reveals he named his eldest daughter after Bethany out of gratitude for saving his life. The 4 are now friends after their experience in the game. Spencer and Fridge reconcile. Bethany begins caring for others more than herself, and Martha and Spencer become romantically involved. When they hear Jumanji's drum beats, they bring the game behind the school, and Fridge destroys it with a bowling ball to prevent anyone from playing it.